What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nicole, the creator of More Salt Please, and on this channel we talk a lot about hormonal health. We post some low carb plant-based recipes, some high carb plant-based recipes, and I just encourage people to think for themselves and find what works for them. I might not be for you, and that's okay. So today we're doing something different. I've been feeling very uninspired with YouTube. It's kind of getting me down. I'm just not in the mood to record videos, so I thought I would do a fun video like this, reading your unpopular opinions, because I find unpopular opinions very fascinating. So I went on Instagram and asked you to share your most shocking unpopular opinions, and we're going to be talking about them now. If you're not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? Follow me. Hot fire content, entertainment, education, and inspiration all the time. I talk a lot about branding on social media too, and how to make more money and get more followers. So if you're into that, follow me. Okay, we're starting out with a bang. We have one from Denise, Elisa. Beyonce and the Kardashians are overhyped. Pineapple does go on pizza. Okay, let's unpack it a little bit. Here's my 2 cents on Beyonce and the Kardashians. I personally think Beyonce is overhyped. This is just my opinion. Beehive, do not come for me. I am so sorry that I am disrespecting your queen, but she's not my queen. I love her music. Love her music. I think she's a class act. I remember in like 2013, 2012, when she came out with that album, visual album, I think it was her first one. I watched the whole thing, I was in love with it. But I feel like people are overly obsessed with her, in my opinion. I don't know, I just don't understand the obsession. For me, why I prefer the Kardashians over Beyonce is that Beyonce is just so mysterious. Like, for me to be like obsessed with someone, a celebrity, for instance, I'm not usually obsessed with celebrities. I need to know more about them, like show your life. And that's why I like the Kardashians, because they show their whole life. You get some drama, some tea, some intrigue. I love it. That's what draws me in. Beyonce is so mysterious, which a lot of people find very attractive and appealing for them. I personally just don't. I'm not into that. I want to know everything about you. Like, what's going on? What is going on? She's just so tight-lipped. She doesn't do interviews. She's just very elusive. When she posts Instagrams, it's just like no caption, nothing. Like, I don't know what's going on in her brain. So I think the Kardashians are kind of like underhyped. I think they have both sides. Like, a lot of people are just obsessed with them and a lot of people hate them. They produce that polarizing opinion, and I find that very intriguing. I love people who make you feel some sort of way, whether it's positive or negative. I love that polarization. I think they are so genius and smart with how they brand and market themselves, and I'm just a branding nerd. I love that stuff. I think it's so fascinating to study it and figure out. It kind of goes into like human psychology, what draws people in, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I think that the Kardashians are actually underhyped. A lot of people just like to hate them. And a lot of people who like them, people view them as less than, or like, oh, you're stupid for liking them, when really, I think they're very smart businesswomen and they're doing it right. I mean, Jesus Christ, Kim Kardashian took a sex tape that could have ended anyone else and turned it into a empire for her and her entire family. So I would say they know what's up. Pineapple on pizza is a travesty, and I'm so happy for you that you like that. I could never and will never accept fruit as a pizza topping. Just, it's a no for me, dog. Okay, this one is offensive. From M. Louise, Titanic is an awful movie. Excuse me. I was just having this conversation with my husband the other night, and I was breaking down why Titanic is so amazing. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so fucking good. Straight fire. Cinematic brilliance. I love it. I was like 5 or 6 when I first saw it. It was when my lady bits felt feeling for the first time, and I was like, oh my God, Leo, that is a man. I was just like so intrigued by him, like, oh my gosh. Oh, such a good movie. It covers so many different things. It covers classism, how people are treated when they're poor or in a lower class, choosing a life of adventure and spontaneity. And yeah, you might not have a lot of money, but you're living a life that's just full and you're happy and you're fulfilled. Or you could choose the life of going with your parents and what they decide for you and what they're proud of and inheriting all this stuff. But then comes with that, there's lots of pressure and you're not actually happy and you want to do something else, but you want to also make your family proud. There's so many different like complex themes going on in that movie. Oh, it's so good. There are so many good themes in it. So I highly disagree. And I'm so sorry that you don't like Titanic, because it's one of the best films. So fucking good. Along these same lines, Chisholm's, my friend Tim, says, Friends is an awful show. Thank you for saying it. Thank you for saying it. I don't understand the fascination with Friends. It's like every white person on the planet, that's their favorite show, is Friends. I just can't do it. I'm not a sitcom kind of gal. The only sitcom-y show that I liked was How I Met Your Mother. I think that is so much better than Friends. I just never got the hype. This one is from my friend Amber, who says, Lacroix tastes like my foot fell asleep. That is such an accurate description. Now, I love Lacroix. Lacroix lover till I die. But it 100% tastes like your foot fell asleep. Okay, In a Crooked World says, watching The Bachelor is a waste of your damn time. Okay, here's the thing, girl. Here's the thing. I used to think that exact thing. I was like, why the fuck does anyone watch this? I don't get it. I'm not into it. Lame. It's just, I just wrote it off so quickly. And I'm a reality TV lover. I love that shit. Eat it up. Just never got into The Bachelor. I started watching it last year, and I gotta say, I see the appeal. And here's the thing. I hate watch it. I watch it to make fun of it because it's so ridiculous. It's kind of like watching those basic bitches from high school that were so annoying and maybe bullied you. It represents them on the show, and you're kind of just entertained by how cringy and ridiculous they are. That's how I see it. It's also a study on human behavior, human psychology, why people do what they do, why people act the way they do in that situation that's so extreme and crazy when they're drunk and have not slept the night before. That's The Bachelor. It's just kind of enjoying the cringiness of the basic bitches from high school. Those are the type of people that go on that show. They have peaked in high school, and now they're making their debut on national television. Okay, this one's for my girl Ellery Sun Thang. San Diego has way better vegan food than LA. Girl, that is a very bold statement, and I don't know if I agree. I mean, I have to say, I have not explored the LA vegan scene that much. In case you don't know, I live in San Diego, and we do have a great vegan scene here, but I would say that the vegan scene in LA is much more prominent. There's way more options. So I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, because they just have more stuff that looks so freaking good. Leanna Ray says, no beef, LOL, with vegans, but I think it's overrated and silly. Okay, Leanne, here's the thing. I think you just value different things. You know what I mean? You value different things in life. Vegan people have a very different set of beliefs and values than you might, and that's okay. We can all coexist and respect each other for our preferences and the way we live our lives. I don't think it's silly or overrated, because veganism is a great way to save our planet environmentally. Maybe you just don't find value as much as vegans do in the lives of animals, which I totally get. I have plenty of people in my life who are I don't care enough about animals to go vegan, which, I get it. You can't force someone to love animals. I don't necessarily think it's a character flaw. I think it's just, not very heavily promoted and praised in society for us to put an animal's life above our own comfort, if that makes sense. So I feel you, girl, but I think it's unfair to say that it's overrated and silly. If you're thinking of it as a trend, I don't know, maybe, but it's not really a trend, it's a lifestyle, it's a set of beliefs and ethics and all that stuff. It's more than a trend. So, I don't know if you're looking at it as a trend, but anyway. This one is for my best friend, Beth. Seth Rogan has sex appeal. Okay, here's the thing. Bethany, look at me right now. He does not. I kind of see where you're coming from, because he's a chill dude. He's very talented. He's funny. So I get that side of it, but I don't know. Beth, listen. If you were to picture Seth in real life and get to know him, I just don't think that you would be attracted to him. I just don't. I don't know. Scaro says potato chips are trash. Honey, I agree with you. I think plain Lay's potato chips, Ruffles, whatever, no flavor at all, just plain garbage. Why? Just what is the purpose and the point? Why would you waste calories on a plain potato chip unless you're dipping it in something, which equals more calories? what are we doing this for? You know, it's just a greasy, salty, crispy thing. One of my favorite chips, make fun of me if you want, here's my own personal unpopular opinion. I love baked barbecue Lay's chips. I love them. It's something about the texture. They're just... Okay, here's a more serious one from Gore Dillo Girls. Adoption is not a happy time for the adoptee. In fact, it's a lifelong emotional roller coaster. Wow, that is I never thought of it in that way. I've always thought like, oh, people who get adopted, they must be so thankful that they have, you know, family to go to. I never saw it from that point of view. Like, it must be really hard emotionally coming to terms with the fact that, oh, my biological parents didn't want me. That's really hard. And I feel like you take that with you as a burden for most of your life, and you kind of like view yourself as unwanted, which is so sad. Fuck. Worst Orgasm says avocado is gross as fuck. How do I say this? You're wrong. Abby Han says plastic surgery isn't for yourself, it's what society has made you feel you need. I would definitely agree with this. I mean, I think if all of us grew up in a society, in a world where there were no mirrors, no pictures, no videos, and we literally never saw images of ourselves, then we would have zero desire to change our physical appearance. But when you are on camera a lot, like a lot of celebrities or reality TV stars, like they see themselves on the screen and they're like, ooh, I don't like that. It points out their flaws even more. So I would definitely agree, but I wouldn't say that plastic surgery is a bad thing. Like, I think a lot of people, I view it as kind of like dyeing your hair. A lot of stuff is very high tech these days, and a lot of it is also temporary, like fillers and stuff like that. It disintegrates. It's not gonna last forever. But I would say if it makes you feel good, and if you're doing it for yourself, and if it boosts your self-esteem, I say go for it. I don't think we should shame anyone for getting plastic surgery. I just think we should be more open about it. And in order to do that, we need to be more accepting of people who get plastic surgery. Otherwise, people will be too scared to admit it. And then all these celebrities who look unnaturally perfect will just never come out and admit, yeah, I got this done and this done. So what? You know, because they're gonna feel like people are just gonna attack them. So why would they say anything? You know what I mean? The Planty Mel says watermelon is gross, road trips aren't that great, wanting to lose weight can be healthy. There's a lot here. There's a lot. Watermelon is gross. I used to think the same thing. To be totally honest with you, I was never a huge watermelon person. I'm still not. It's definitely not on like my top 3, top 5 list of fruits that I love. But I would say if you get a good watermelon that's cool and crisp and not grainy, I would give it another shot. Road trips aren't that great. Highly agree. I hate road trips. I don't understand the appeal. Literally my worst nightmare is someone being like, hey, you want to go on a road trip? Like, plan all this stuff out. No. I don't want to go on a road trip. I want to go to a spa, have a Korean scrub. I want to get a massage. I would like to just lay horizontal for a few days on a beach somewhere. I don't want to go on a road trip. I'm so sorry. And then wanting to lose weight can be healthy. Yes, of course. Of course. If you want to lose weight for your health, I think that's totally fine and healthy. I don't know why people, especially like, you know, in the body positivity, self-love movement, just think it's so negative when people lose weight. Like, you know, when Adele lost all this weight, people were fucking up in arms about it. Like, oh my gosh, this is wrong. She, you know, felt pressure to lose weight. Maybe she just wanted to feel better about her body, better in her own skin. Maybe her doctor was like, hey, you're at risk for more health issues, which is true if you are overweight or obese. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to lose weight. Obviously, there's a fine line between losing weight and having disordered eating or an eating disorder and all that stuff. But wanting to lose weight, if you technically need to lose weight, it's not a bad thing. We're gonna end this with a banger from Rose. The Office is not a funny show. I understand why people might think this because it's not everyone's sense of humor. I get it. I just disagree. highly disagree. One of my favorite shows of all time. I love it. It always puts me in a good mood. Whenever I am feeling anxious or depressed or just not here for it, I put on The Office, immediately feel so much better. I just love all the characters in that show. I love that they break the fourth wall and they look at the camera and you get the reactions, because it's very much like a modern day way that we consume content and how we're entertained, is like we want to see people's reactions, you know? Anyway, I disagree. I fucking love The Office, but I understand it's not for everyone, you know? Alright guys, that's the end of the video. I have more, but I don't want to make this video so freaking long. So if you want to go ahead and comment your unpopular opinions in the comments below, I would love to read them. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know also if you like this sort of video. I know it's different than my normal content, but let me know if I should do more of them, maybe like during a mukbang or something like that. Don't forget to take care of yourself this week, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one.
Diet Coke ain't good for the soul. Give me that orange soda. Give me a grape like you see in the movies. Bubble to the top like a smoothie, you'll see. I'll do you like a 9 to 5.